Okay guys, it is time, I think, to actually use this set here. Oh, it's so big. Let me kind of far away from the mic here. The Crafter's Companion Ultimate Verse Compendium is what it says on here. I think when it was on HSN they called it like Verse and Stamp Bundle. It was a Today Special in April. Actually, I think it's been exactly like 1 month since when I ordered this, or maybe when I got it. So not too long. I know sometimes I try to use things as soon as they come in, but you know. So any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Having said that, you guys know this thing sold out. I don't know if they brought any more back in. I haven't checked that before this video, but I do recall it was completely sold out. But again, sometimes they have some extra ones, or they find some and they put them back on there, or however. So I am going to try this out. When I did the unboxing, so what I realized when I first opened this up, when I did the unboxing, is like a huge smack in the face that this is just hit me real hard, that this is just for like verses like on the inside of your sentiments, right, of your card. It could be used on the outside. You would just have to kind of dress it up a little bit. I do remember that they had some kind of card in the demo sitting there. They didn't really talk about it, but it looked kind of cool, and it looked like it would use the cards that are in here. So I thought, well, maybe we'll do that. That way it's still focused on this. I did pull out this year of birthday year. You guys remember I picked this up and it was a little bit expensive for me, and so I said, okay, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it because that'll justify the purchase. This was the Gemini birthday year. So it was all these guys, but it also came with a binder and other things that of course I used the binder for something else, because for me I needed it for something else. So I have them here still. I've already done January and February. I might spend time talking about this and not even use it, so I don't know. I don't think I got around to March. Yeah, I don't think I did March or April, and now we're in May. And these are really cute, some of these flowers here, like a little sweet pea. So I might use that to dress up the card. We'll see. But I'm going to put the sentiments to the side for right now. You know what I need to do with this? I put it away because I like to review things, you know, I don't mess with it until I review it. I'm going to put it like somewhere where it's right in front of me, so when I see it, I'm like, oh, I need to add a sentiment to my card. And a lot of times I don't add sentiments here on the videos because, especially like on a paper piece card, like the Spellbinders cards I did the other day that were the APG, or Becca Feekin, Amazing Paper Grace, that's what APG stands for. It takes a while to make them, right? You know, you put all this time in, and then I'm going to put a sentiment that maybe it's not going to work for me later. So I'm like, no, I'll put a sentiment on that when I actually send out that card. So that way, I can actually use it, right? So let me take this off of here. And what it looked like was it was 2 cards. And what I'm thinking is they just took the cards from in here and made like a Z fold. So these are the envelope stickers we've already gone through. Card blanks. Okay, I need vellum inserts. Okay, yeah, there's 2 different sizes here of the inserts. I don't know that I'm going to use the vellum inserts. I do need the other card blanks. Foiled insert, that's what I'm looking for. And then envelopes, which we don't need to use right now. I'm looking for the basic parts of this. So after cutting these in half, I realized that you can peel them pretty easily. I did get the Crafter's Companion. Oh my gosh, I have a few of the sub boxes that I haven't even gotten to the last few months, so I need to do that. I want these foil inserts, but I'm going to use these smaller guys. I don't want to take this off. I think I want to peel. I'm going to have to open it up. Okay, fine. No, that's really plasticky. I wanted to slide it off, but it's not working for me. Maybe what I should do is slide out. That's what I'll do. Let's wait on that. Card blanks. And I realized after I was like, oh, it's like pink and this kind of peachy color. Sarah was calling it ivory. This one. So, ivory. It looks more peachy to me. I don't want the vellum inserts, so I'm going to put those back in the box. I guess you could use the vellum inserts, but I'm kind of afraid of them right now, so I'm not going to use those right now. We'll come back another time. So what I recall of her card was like it had pink. I don't know. I guess that part doesn't matter. Just pick a big card and pick a small card. So these are 4x6 and these are 5x7. So 4x6 and 5x7, those numbers really mat inside each other really well, I think. So basically we're going to Z fold them something like this, but we'll get to that in just a minute. I'm just kind of scared because I haven't given it much thought, but I'm like, yeah, just fold it. Hopefully it'll work out. So let me put these back. We just need those 2 card bases. And then we're going to use a fold insert and then a sentiment. And then if I want to dress it up with some of the flowers, because I think this will be pretty quick, we will do that. One thing I did notice during the demo too last month is that Sarah was using, okay, I need that in a minute. She was using pigment ink, and then she wouldn't really close it because pigment ink stays fresh for a long time. I know she did mention once, you know, to put some embossing powder on it if you would like, she says, but if you don't, it's going to smear. So just if you're new to pigment inks, they smear. And if you know you have pigment ink or not, it'll say right on the case. And then usually it's kind of chalky, kind of thick feeling. It's usually like metallic golds and silvers, like those kind of things, because it looks better in pigment ink. You want to seal them with some embossing powder. So just after you stamp with it, maybe I'll use it today, I'm not sure, but you would sprinkle embossing powder, shake that off, and then hit it with your heat tool so that it dries, because it will take days for it to dry, even if you use a heating tool. Like, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of pigment ink. I love that it's so saturated, but you really got to work with it. And usually when I use that, I use embossing powder. They blend really well together too. That's another thing that's nice about pigment inks. But again, you kind of have to let it dry for a very long time. Okay, so I don't want to mess this up because the cards feel really nice. I don't want to mess this up. Basically, we need 1 card, let me think, to go backward. Okay, so this is 5x7. Oh, so on one side we're going to score it. I'm just going to open this up and put it this way. That way at 2.5, because we need half of the 5, 2.5. And hopefully this is what they did. I mean, if it's that easy, that's cool, but... and I'm just going to butt this up against the edge of my scoring tool. I try to keep a link there for you guys for the Score Master. Now, look, if I had bone folded it right now, just where I put that score line, look how much space I still have here. So that's what happens. You know, you have these variations. So what I'm going to do is push it up against the edge of this lip, and then I'm going to hold it tight, and I'm going to score it out. Because that way, when you score it, it'll keep it straight on that side. If I was just to fold it and score it and not really hold it, because I have my score line, you know, it's going to be off a little bit. And that happens. So we have this. I think I was mentioning something else. Oh, the scoreboard. But it goes to Craft Stash, and I don't know if it's always in stock because it sells out, you know. So then here, this one's going to go in here, and this one is going to Z-fold back, right? It doesn't matter which side you pick because the card is the same either way. So on this one, this is 4x6. Now you can cut your own card bases 5x7 and 4x6 and do the same kind of thing if that's what you want. And we're going to score this one at 2 inches. Okay, so this is pretty easy. I had a feeling that's all it was. But, you know, we never know. Okay, and again, I'm going to butt this up against over here. I'm going to go ahead and try to give it that fold on the score line. And as I hold it tight here, then I'll let that being bone folded there. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't really matter because it's a blank card. If you have a certain color or a direction, then you want to really pay attention to how you're folding it. But it looked like that. Yeah. Because that's going to give it 1/2 inch all around, right? Because it's 4x6, this is 5x7. I don't know if it opens fully, though. Will it open fully if it's glued down? It stops at a certain point because they're not the same size. But it looks cute, right? That's interesting. Not my favorite look, but it's okay. I think, again, because it was a demo example, it looks cool, but so I'm going to glue it down completely like that. Not bad. And then you can write a little note here. And then it looked like they used the foil insert, obviously the smaller one, and that's already matted pretty good. Yeah. And then maybe they even use these pieces. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. So we're going to have to cut this, you guys. Oh, you know what? Are they all? Oh, okay. This one's a little bit different. I'm going to go back with pink to go back to the pink, but if you want to use like the ivory color, you can use the ivory color. You know, put some different stuff on there. That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit boring. That's why I kind of want to dress it up with maybe some of these other flowers. We're going to cut this up. That part is a little bit scary to me. So let me measure this. It is, of course it's so weird. Okay, first I'm gonna cut this off and then we'll measure. Now, there is a crease here, so I want to not have the crease so much in my thing, but at the same, you know what I'm saying? If you cut it right on the crease, you might have like a weird edge. So I'm going to try to split that difference, but put the weird edge on that side so it's not on this front piece. And then I'll cut this. So I'm trying to do a scant thing because you want this to pretty much keep the integrity of the whole, you know, so it doesn't look weird. Actually, I might cut a little bit more off. It looks like this is a little bit close to the edge anyway. Now, what size is this? And since this is gonna be on the side, I don't mind that it has that weird crease. You can try to trim it off. What I need to know is how big is this? Hey, it's like 4 and 3 3/4. How big is this little flap? This flap should be 2 by 6, right? 2 by 6. And how tall is this? I'm trying to see what measurements they're already doing. They made it 5 and 3/4. This is 5 and 3/4. Okay. So that's 5 and 3/4. Then I need each piece to be 1 and 3/4, right? 1 and 3/4. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think we have plenty to do that with. Let's see. Bye. 1 and 3/4. I don't want to chop this and be wrong. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, cool. Then I can get rid of that jagged edge. That's all I want to know. Let me make sure. Oh yeah. Okay, so we can get rid of this little jagged edge. It worked out, guys. 1 and 3/4. Okay, so I just threw the piece of paper under my desk like someone's gonna come later and clean it. Like literally far under. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so I want these pieces in here. And look at that. Perfect matte. Perfect matte. That'll be pretty. And then this piece will be right here. And we want to stamp our sentiment. I think they had it on a different piece of like it's its own sentiment, so it was on like a different piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? So you can pop it up. But if we're gonna, are we gonna add flowers? I don't know, the daffodil, I like these little guys. I do like this one, but then I feel like if I color this, what if it makes it look, ugh. You know what we can do? Did I ever use, no. It opened really easy, and I'm like, did I use this one? I'm pretty sure I only did the first two. You know, if I put this here, will it look garish? I guess I have to use really light colors, huh, like in the green and stuff. This one only has like white colors. The lily of the valley. It's pretty though. What do I want to do? It would have to be like this. My sentiment in here somewhere. Okay, let me go through the sentiments. I'll choose something that might work with those, and we'll go from this. Might be. All I did was open it. I'm like, oh, a birthday. And there's a lot of May birthdays in my family too, so maybe that. We have male birthdays, even though, like I said, stay young at heart. I mean, hey, birthday to you. Male. I mean, they're kind of generic either way. There's two sets though. Maybe we'll do this one. Birthday wishes. Okay, one thing that is disappointing about this is that these are just acrylic. They are not photopolymer, and for the price, I think a lot of us thought they were going to be photopolymer. They are not. So, oh my gosh. Am I just going to eyeball this? If I had birthday wishes like there, and then we have this big lily of the valley. I don't know. If it went up there. See, that's something... Well, it's hard to imagine because this isn't going to be flat. This is going to be its own paper. But how much do you get to tip it so that it works, right? I guess we could put it like here and then just have the lily of the valley up a little bit like that. Yeah, somewhere like that. Okay, I'm going to get my precision press because I don't want to mess with it. I think we're going to use gold pigment ink, which is the one I usually use is from Anna Griffin, and some embossing powder. So I'll get those things together and we'll get going. So whenever I use this one, people ask me where I got it, where they can get it. This is an old We Are Memory Keepers. Actually, this is the second iteration. I have the first one somewhere down here. This is the second one where you can switch out these parts. I'm not going to do it, but you can pop it out and put like a marquee maker, and you can put in, I think, a clipboard, which never really was something I used. They don't sell it like this anymore because, you know, it looks too close to a different thing, so they had to go a different way. So now they use that pushy one. I have the little one here, but the big one's under me too, but they have this one. So you can check it out, you know, however you like, but yeah, they just don't make it anymore. Let me... So I'm going to do this. I was just going to think, not that it has to be in the exact same spot, you know, it's fine. I'm going to stick it on here. I'm going to get my embossing buddy. The other day I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. It was, I suppose he put it away. So I'm going to use this. This is literally like just maybe cornstarch. I don't know what's in here. But people use cornstarch and stuff like that to make their own. It just keeps the embossing powder from sticking to everything, which in this situation isn't the biggest deal because it's going to be clear. I'm going to use this Anna Griffin Gold. I use this one quite often. I was looking for it right now. I'm like, where is it? And then I remembered I saw it on my Gemini, and sure enough, it was sitting on the Gemini. Why? I don't know. But I do remember, and it was there. So sometimes I have to do it twice. I didn't realize when I had reviewed this for LDRS that they were out of stock. And so if they come back in stock, I don't know. But okay, so this is why this isn't the best thing either. It doesn't have magnets, so it moves. So hopefully I have it back in the same spot because I'm going to hit it again, even though that's pretty good, right? I don't know if you can see that. Not bad. I'm going to do it one more time. And hopefully that didn't... Yes, yes, yes. Of course, you can just use gold embossing powder to begin with your clear, or use this and then use gold on top of it. It is very gold where this is rose gold, but you know what? Oh well. Let's put this on here. Clear embossing powder. I wonder if I have a rose gold. I know Crafter's Companion has a ton of different metallic pigment colors. I have a few of them, but I don't believe I have the rose gold. And that's it. So hopefully you can see that the clear embossing powder really doesn't stick anywhere else because of the embossing buddy. And heat tools. So I'm just going to come in here. Usually you can let this heat up first, because what happens is if it's not super hot yet and you go to do this, you're going to be waiting there for a while. But once it gets hot, just as soon as it starts changing, looks how you want it, like clear crystal color, just move on. If you stay too long, it'll flatten out and it'll look bad. And that is it. So I stayed on camera with you guys when I did that. And normally what I do is I go and do it because it's loud, first of all. But also because I want to put this away before I make a mess. Ooh, I got red glitter in there. I cannot re-put this. I'm going to be chintzy and try to scoop out what I can. I see there's like red glitter over here, and I don't want that in my clear embossing powder. So normally what I do is I just tip this, put it back in the here so I don't make a big mess. But I think we're good. So what I was saying is if you keep heating it, it flattens out and it'll suck into the paper and it looks really bad. So as soon as you see that it's turned, just move on, okay? Otherwise, it'll just be kind of ugly. All right, let me clean up and I'll be right back. What I'm gonna do for now is go ahead and stick these down. I feel like I should use this. So a lot of times liquid adhesives, even really good ones, will sometimes warp your paper. And this paper is very thin, so I don't want to deal with that just in case. So I'm going to use just my ATG. This is still available in different places. I think they even have this at Walmart, don't they? Or at least the refills. I feel like I've seen it there. Back in the day, it was hard to find. And all you do is you squeeze this, and you pull this, and you have like 1,000 years worth of tape in here. So it was fun for scrapbooking, so that's why I have that still. Okay, and you have to be pretty careful when you go to do your matting, because if it's not where you want it, guess what? It's going to be pretty stuck because it's just, you know, it wants to stick. And I got right on the edges because I really wanted those edges to stay, especially since we did that heat embossing. A lot of times it'll kind of warp your paper. So that's why I did that. But if you want to use a wet glue, the wet glue will kind of squish around for you. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with these two pieces. I'm just adding these for funsies. So again, I'll just line them, stick this one on this side, and stick this one on this side. And I'll be right back. All right, last piece. And again, I'm kind of judging where this is before I really commit. I suppose you can even stamp another sentiment on this inside part, or you can leave it there, like I said, for you to actually write something, you know, nice. I write something nice, guys. I don't know why I had to include that part there. Okay. And then this. And, you know, if you wanted to mat this other one up too, I suppose you could. It's just kind of fun to use the two cards, have them there, and then whatever else. But, you know, if you want to mat that up with a different color, I think that'd be cool. So for this part, oh, I'll use a wet glue, but that ATG would be nice. All right, we're gonna pretty much put glue on this whole back piece here. Oh, I was gonna say not too close to the edge because you don't want to stick your card shut, and then this happened. Okay, so there, and on the back of this one too, so because that's what's gonna stick on the front. So I'm just going to put it here to this edge, and as close to there as I can get without gluing the thing shut. And I'm totally eyeballing this. And actually, you can kind of see what you're going to do because it's about 1/2 inch, and I feel the edge of that, the one that's bent there on the back. Yeah, I can move it over a little bit more. Ooh, I got a little glue coming out right here. Let's take a peek before we can really commit. Pretty good. I guess if I held it up and kind of looked, I could butt these two together, but I kind of did this. But that also helps the glue kind of spread to where you want it. So this is so pretty, like just by itself like that. Isn't that nice and clean? That's kind of why I was afraid of adding flowers or not, but we'll try it. And if it doesn't look great, I will not use it. So what I'm going to do is with some hybrid ink, I don't see, I'm going to use alcohol inks, but alcohol inks are so like stark, you know. I feel like if I do this, I should use something different, but we'll use alcohol ink. I'll try to pick some lighter colors. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this on some Crafter's Companion stamping card. If you guys have any other suggestions other than Neenah, because I do have some Neenah paper that you use for stamping, let me know, because it's not my favorite anymore. And I don't know if it's because my paper is a little bit older. It just is kind of like brittle. Like it doesn't take the color as well anymore either. It really wants to bleed sometimes, which is really weird. I haven't had that experience with it until now. And I was thinking, when's the last time I actually bought that stuff? And it's been a while, so maybe it's just not reacting the same. Maybe it has too much humidity in it. I don't know. Kind of weird. But that's all I have for now, so... Well, I decided you have Neenah, don't I? But, okay, I will be right back. I'm going to stamp this with some ink, like I said, hybrid ink. Or an alcohol-proof ink, whatever it is that you're using if you have a particular thing. Okay. And I'll be right back. So I have not spent enough time looking at Lily of the Valley and actually thought that was something else, a different flower. So I'm just looking at the picture that they have here, and they're using the green, a little bit of green, and then leaving it alone, basically, because it's like a white flower. So I found these colors, and I think this is what I was trying to go for, because like I said, I want it to be kind of muted since the colors on here are very muted. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I think it'd be sweet because if it's May, you know. But again, I always like to use like the extra stamps that are on here to make it like, to make it really make sense, right? Like Lily of the Valley. But it's not going to work out today because of the kind of card I made. So I'm going to start with the light. And just color this whole thing in. I'm not doing it any specific way. You like to do little circles, do your little circles. And then I'll go ahead and use, oh gosh, the dark. Yeah, I didn't want to go too bright with this, so I'm just gonna, a little bit of the dark. Let's go into the medium. Some of that color out. And then back in with that light. I'm gonna do some areas lighter just so it looks like it has, I don't know, like in this area here, I didn't go over it a second time. Same thing with the little stick here in the center, and apparently, like I said, it looks like in here, we're gonna go a little bit of light green, a little bit of that darker color right in the center, and then I have a yellow, because they are using yellow also, and I think I'll pull the colors out with the yellow. I don't know. We'll see. All right, I will color this in and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm done with that. I was just thinking, where are the dies? They're on the other side of this carrier. So for this one again, oh, maybe we'll do another leaf. We'll see. It has a leaf by itself. Maybe that'll be pretty too. I need to use like a scrap piece of paper. I use this color pink all the time, so I probably shouldn't use this, but oh well. What I'm gonna do is make this a little bit smaller so I can get it through the marquee. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on this so I can see through it with the aperture. That way we can cut this out perfectly, hopefully. So I'm just gonna get a piece of the best ever craft tape and I'll put it down here. I think that'll be a good hinge place, right? Hopefully. And I'll use a bit newer cutting folder. See, it's still warped, but it doesn't have that many cuts on it. I suppose you could also do a drop shadow. If you want to do a drop shadow, you know, pick a color that coordinates with your project, so then you have your drop shadow cut out of this, right? And then this will still be your guide. Oh yeah. Actually, they give you plenty of room. I think if you were to eyeball this, maybe it'd be okay. But see how perfectly that lines up? Make sure this is in the same spot. I was going to say don't move, and you saw it shifted. I'm going to stick it down again in just a second. I'm going to have to readjust this too. Anyway, I'm going to cut down my paper because the angle I have, it's not going to go through the marquee. It'll go through other machines, but not the marquee. So again, make sure that's not going to move. I'm going to put an extra piece. Since I do have to manipulate my paper a little bit, I don't want it to move around while I'm doing that. Okay. What I mean by that is I need to cut this piece off. And this piece. And I think this will fit. Yeah. And it might shift a little bit because sometimes when you get in the machine, especially like this one, it might push it this way. I didn't really do anything to hold it shut, but we will see. Oh, maybe I'll just pick this from here. And I reuse this, guys. Like, I'll reuse this piece, but I'm talking about this stuff. I'll just stick it somewhere where I can grab it the next time I need to tape something. Pretty good. Oh, I was going to mention, this happened last time. I made the the APG for the May. And I made a little sign that goes on the little cute garden trellis and all that. And some of the yellow from the Post-it stuck onto the next cut. And I was like, you know, I kind of like it. I was going to pick it off. And then I thought, well, you know, I kind of gave it like a little trimmer on the side. So I thought that was kind of funny. Having mentioned that, I remembered last night I had a dream that my passion fruit was making huge passion fruits. And all of a sudden it was like this big, thick vine. And it's not. It's a little baby vine. And actually, she's in a little bit of trouble. I got to go check and see what's going on. Some of the passion fruit are shriveling, and they do that, but not when they're green still. So I'm like, not normally. So something's up. It could be my watering. It could be the plant itself. I don't know. I have to take a look. All right. Oh, you guys. It's the colors. You have to do something light. I mean, it's only green on here, which is interesting, but I think that's still very pretty. I still feel like maybe we need something else though, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Like I said, there's extra leaves. I put another leaf, but it's kind of weird. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. All right, let me clean up a bit and I'll think about it. I wish I was recording. Miranda just came down and said, Mom, I'm like, what? She's like, the tooth fairy gave me two $5. She lost her front tooth. I'm going to put that on Instagram. She uses that little bag that we made, the little tooth fairy pouch that I made in this video. I don't think she had it when her first tooth fell out, but she had it for the second and third. So this is the third tooth. And so it's really sweet. And then, yeah, so we missed it. If I would have been recording, that would have been cute. But yeah, no, I got a new phone, so I have to sign into Instagram again. And I'm like, yeah. So I guess I could reset my password, but I don't want to. I think that's all I'm going to do. You know, and I was thinking about popping it up, but then should I? Yeah, I guess so. So I'm just going to use some of these little guys. strategically here and there, because really they need to be over here, wherever this stuff is. But super adorable. I was waiting for that front tooth to fall out. I think with my boys, like, their tooth was already... I don't know if I have a lot of front tooth missing pictures, but I'm glad for Miranda I'll have that. I think, like, right there. Alright, fun card. I like this kind of thing going on. Again, if you want to do more matting or however. Yeah, really pretty. Alright guys, simple. You know, I was looking at some of the stamps, I thought, well, it'd be cute maybe to stamp some of, like, even the Lily of the Valley wording, like I like to do, but with the birthday wishes, I didn't want to do that. Or you can stamp, you know, some of the little flowers here and there, but I'm good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.
Okay guys, you know, I actually decided to add some of the new Spellbinders color gems, which I am obsessed with. Next time I place an order, I'm going to order at least 2 or 3 more of the gold mix, which is what I'm using here. Kind of gold, but also kind of rose gold. They're just so pretty, and they are actual glass, like crystal, so it just adds a lot. And I just want to fill in that space on the left. It looked like something needed to be there, and this did it.